Okay, so what's up guys, it's Matters here. We do have a bunch of stuff to talk about regarding Black Ops 3 Zombies and a bunch of new leaked information that had just released involving every single Zombies map within Black Ops 3 Zombies having its code completely dumped out onto Reddit. And basically this data miner went through and he found a bunch of really interesting aspects of these past maps relating back to 1, the super Easter egg, 2, a bunch of hidden wonder weapons and hidden sort of features and lethals and tacticals that we haven't really heard about before, including stuff that has been here in the code since the beginning of Black Ops 3, but we're just now discovering of it, and also some more revelations, Easter eggs as well, involving the chicken Easter egg and a lot of really weird, interesting stuff revolving that. So again, a lot of Easter eggs that were discovered in this code hopefully will be solved very soon. And again, with the Xbox One and PC version of Revelations coming this Thursday, I'm pretty sure October 6th, we're gonna see a bunch more information released as well due to the new PC update revealing more information for Revelations, the super Easter egg hunt potentially beginning, just so much stuff happening. So again, this is a very important video, so if we can go for 500 likes, as always, that would be greatly appreciated, and let's get started. So I want to start off here with the main Reddit post. This is a huge thing here. It says data mine, GSC dump of all BO3 maps. Some things are interesting, and there's huge lists of like everything within these past maps. The links are in the description if you want to check those out, obviously. But basically, we're going to go through a couple of key points. A couple of people were commenting a lot of cool stuff. They went through the code, and luckily enough, they found some pretty cool stuff as well. And we're also going to be doing some really in-depth hunts as well with a bunch of this random stuff. There's so much more in the code, but these are like the highlights of it. And even the highlights, it's a lot of stuff, and it's really cool. So here's some of the stuff involving the super Easter egg being found within the code. Now, obviously you guys know, like, the super Easter egg, it's in the code. It's there. It's in Black Ops 3. Here's some more stuff. One of the lines of code there was 1244 super Easter egg Revelations code. And you go through, and Revelations code isn't really there, but 1244 super Easter egg is there. Here's another one, very interesting here. Main Easter egg quest, Stalingrad. Obviously the Grad Easter egg. Dark Ops Stalingrad Easter egg, Dark Ops Stalingrad super Easter egg. Now, I want to talk about this for a second because it's really interesting. Obviously, I'm going to go into talking about the wonder weapons, the chicken Easter egg, whatnot, but for a second here, the Dark Ops Easter eggs and whatnot, that was something that was within Black Ops 3 around 4 or 5 months ago, and we were just like, okay, wait, Dark Ops Easter eggs? Like, we didn't really know what that was. We were just like, okay, Dark Ops challenges for this thing. I don't really know, and it just never really went into full fruition of what that really was, and now we know that more than likely is obviously the super Easter egg. Obviously, the Dark Ops challenges of multiplayer is like the grand Easter egg of multiplayer, the grand challenge. Like, if you complete those challenges, you are at the top of the level there of the whole multiplayer game mode. And relating back to the super Easter egg, and there's also code as well, Dark Ops Stalingrad super Easter egg means a couple of things. One, that you're probably going to receive these Dark Ops challenges, or the super Easter egg is actually another version of the Dark Ops challenges, but within zombies. And 2, the super Easter egg also involves these different Easter eggs on these different DLC maps in Black Ops 3 Zombies. You have main Easter egg quest Stalingrad, and then you also have the Dark Ops super Easter egg quest also on Stalingrad. Now, I talked about my other video basically saying that, you know, within the code, there was stuff hinting at every single map in Black Ops 3 Zombies having some sort of Easter egg, having some sort of asset that plays a huge part into the super Easter egg. Now, within the code here, we see legit Dark Ops Easter egg, Stalingrad super Easter egg. It's right there. So again, maybe there's a huge major Easter egg as it states in the code. Instead of the main Easter egg quest, it's a super Easter egg quest with the Dark Ops spin on it. So very interesting there. Obviously, we'll get more information on that. I'm going to move through the rest of the leaked information here, but again, very cool. And I would presume that code is also for Revelations, Azumashima, you know, Durazrock, and so on. So very interesting there. Okay, so there's another Easter egg here. Now, this is going into Revelations itself. Not so sure if this is for the super Easter egg as of now. Obviously, Revelations would probably be the ending map for the super Easter egg if there is one, and obviously we've seen so much code for it, so there probably is at this point. But this is actually something called an old school Easter egg, and it's going back to the asteroid thing that we talked about, and it's basically going through a bunch of code that this guy found within this very data mine dump in the description below. And the code they found, it was old school switch ZM minor school button. You have minor school complete gateworm, asteroid gateworm destination, holding egg pot trigger, pot location, gateworm meteor trigger. You're triggering meteors, you're triggering gateworms to receive certain things. We thought this was the jump scare. We thought this was a bunch of different stuff. We're not so sure. This code was actually leaked a couple of days ago as well, but a bunch more of it, I guess, was leaked. A full sort of version with the old school part. I'm not so sure again what that plays into it, but again, another unsolved Easter egg that we do need to solve. Whether or not it's a jump scare or another just main Easter egg quest for Revelations, not so sure as of yet. Now, moving into another Easter egg for Revelations, we have the omelet Easter egg, which is like such a weird thing, but this is what basically it says. ZMB main omelets egg spawn, omelets egg, omelet egg pickup, omelet egg worm hatch, worm pickup, all this insane stuff, all these omelet strings, and this again relates back obviously to the chicken coop that we talked about within Revelations, like Lich and Queen talked about, and we basically saying within the code as well, there has been hints and lines of code now with omelets, but also with chicken eggs and chicken egg Easter eggs, and it's just such a weird thing. Now that we have the omelet thing as well, it seems as if like within the Revelations code for Black Ops 3 Zombies, we're legit going to be creating like omelets for some weird reason. That's an Easter egg within the game right now. There's also been leaked information regarding, so okay, let me explain this to you guys for a second. With leaked information, you have lines of code with text, and then sometimes you also get images from leaked information, so you can like manifest a line of code into an image. And this is actually what someone did from one of the leaked information code dumps that released with the chicken egg Easter egg, and this chicken popped up. I really shouldn't be putting this in the video, but this is from the code of Black Ops 3 Zombies. This chicken icon popped up. People have been saying that it would go for the HUD for Black Ops 3 Zombies, like it's some sort of weapon, or maybe it's some sort of, I guess, a tactical lethal, who even knows, sort of like a trip mine type thing. We have no clue, but again, it looks like it would go into the HUD, and this is from the code. So again, this chicken coop Easter egg, another very interesting Revelations Easter egg that we just have no clue what it means. I'm not going to say does this relate to Super Easter egg, because honestly, no one really has a clue. It could relate to Super Easter egg, you never really know, honestly. But again, it's very interesting indeed that we're seeing this manifest again within the code that we just had today, the huge data mine dump, but also before within the game and within past lines of code with past images here from the game as well. I don't know, it's just so freaking weird. So moving on with the Revelations as well. One last thing now, the people have sort of had mixed opinions on this. Obviously, it's not widely popular as of now, but here's a line of code. Revelations Taser _ Knuckles. So people, I saw some comments, they were saying, oh, the Gavin Knuckles are coming back. Like, this is, the craziest thing ever, man. Obviously, the Gavin Knuckles were so freaking sick from Black Ops 2, and obviously, the Taser Knuckles, it hints at that very closely. There are a bunch of different theories for this. One, obviously with Zetsubo Noshima, the spider bait Easter egg thing, obviously the spider bait from Zetsubo, where it took like a month and a half to solve that Easter egg, and it was like sort of the specialist of Zetsubo, so not really the specialist, but it was some sort of weapon that you used and you became a spider, and we didn't find that till a month and a half after the map released. The Taser Knuckles thing, maybe it's that thing where you hit down on the D-pad and you have these Galva Knuckle looking weapon things, so it could be that. That's what we're thinking as of now. There's also talk of it being just a placeholder for a different weapon in the game, like the katana or some sort of random melee weapon. Obviously, like, we don't have any melee weapons with Taser Knuckles, but it could relate to one of the melee weapons that we've seen from multiplayer that they brought over into the time attack challenges into Revelations as well. So again, it could be that as well, but obviously it would be a lot cooler if it was the Galva Knuckles returning into the game. But as of now, we're not so sure. The line of code is in the game, it's there, and we'll just have to wait and see. So another thing with this is really, really interesting as well. There's a bunch of code for the Apothicon Servant in Black Ops 3 Zombies, but a second one. And we've been talking about this for almost like a year now. In a month or two, it's going to be a year. And since I've made the first video talking about ID Gun 2, which is the code name for the second Apothicon Servant within Shadows of Evil. Now, there's been a bunch of talk regarding this being a Apothicon Servant that we've never seen before. We don't even know if it's actually the Apothicon Servant. We know it's just ID Gun. ID Gun _2, I'm pretty sure the code was. And basically, this has been something, I just moved my pencil, you probably heard that, but this has been something that we've been saying with the Super Easter egg involving separate steps in each map for Black Ops 3 Zombies. Obviously, beginning with Shadows of Evil, moving through all of these different maps. Now, Shadows of Evil part would potentially play into a couple of key factors. One, having the Dead Margot Heart, which has been in the code, and the Real DF, a famous, not really famous, I guess an infamous data miner sort of against Treyarch, whatever. And he's basically said, Dead Margot Heart, something very interesting that we do need to use for the Super Research, or at least he hinted, he didn't directly say that, but he did very well hint at that within a Reddit post. So Dead Margot Heart is one, and the second ID gun, the second wonder weapon within Shadows of Evil, is the other one. Now, this could be interesting, because now that we have the Super Easter egg in play, it doesn't, like, only, or and also Revelations as well, it doesn't only, like, pertain to Shadows of Evil itself anymore. It pertains to the whole game, the Apocalypse Servants, and Revelations as well. So you can take this a couple different ways. It can mean that there's a second wonder weapon within Shadows of Evil. It could mean that there's a wonder weapon that you receive once you complete the Super Easter egg. There's a wonder weapon that you're only going to get to actually use during the Easter egg. So to complete the Super Easter egg, while you're doing that, you need to get this second wonder weapon. It could also be, which is like the less exciting approach, but I'm giving you all of the options here. It can also be what we talked about a couple months ago. People were saying that, okay, you just basically built a second Apocalypse servant, and now you obviously can't do that. And it was some sort of glitch, but I don't know why that would be the case, because it's still in the code today. So like if there was a glitch to build 2 Apocalypse servants, they would take that out of the code. You know, they would take that out of the game, and obviously they patch the glitch and they're done. But that code is still in the game as of today, and every single map is released now. So and Shadows of Evil came out legit almost a full year ago. So the fact that it's still there, it seems a bit interesting for that to be there. I don't know. We'll have to see what the deal is with that. Again, it's there. It's gonna happen. Well, I'm not gonna say it's going to happen, but there's so much evidence in the code for all these different things coming together into, and sort of this, I guess, under this umbrella of the Super Easter egg, and all of these different Easter eggs coming together to complete one main goal. All these different Easter eggs on all these different DLC maps coming together to end this storyline like it really should have been. So I don't know. We'll have to see, guys. We really only have 2 days left, 3 days left until we actually get this done. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Let me know what you guys think about this. Hope you guys did enjoy a bunch of leaked information within this video. If you're watching at the end of this video, definitely leave a comment below, Super Easter egg or Super EE, whatever, so I can check out the accounts that are watching the whole video. And thank you guys, because obviously, you know, it's greatly appreciated that you guys are watching the whole video and listening to me for, what are we at, 12 and a half minutes at this point. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.